So there's a beta version of Advanced Themer out, and I've been testing that out over the last couple of days, and there's one key new feature that I wanted to draw your attention to, and that's the focus point feature. Now, let's just jump in and take a look at what it does and why this is incredibly useful when you're designing your websites. So first of all, you've got to enable it. So all you need to do is come into your Advanced Themer theme settings, into your builder tweaks and elements, and there's an option called Focus Point. Just select that, save, and you will have access to this. Obviously, you'd need to be testing the beta out at this point in time. Don't do that on a live site, just do this on a test site. But you'll probably watch this in the future, in the next 5 minutes, when Maxim actually releases this, and it'll be a final feature. But let's take a look at now how we start to use it. So I've got a section created in my design, and I've set a background image in there. Now, obviously, looks great at this size, but what happens when you actually switch it over to different responsive modes, like tablet view, for example, and we switch it over to tablet or mobile landscape, you can see it looks pretty good on all of these, and that's because I've used the focus point feature to be able to make sure that's exactly what's going to happen. To use this, very, very easy. We're going to select the section that's got the background applied to it. We're going to hop over into style and we're going to come into background. You can see there's my background image, and you'll notice the background position has a new option called focus point. Now you could manually do this by setting a custom and then setting the X and Y axis, but it's much easier when it's done in a visual fashion. So what we're going to do is we'll select the focus point option, and we now get our new modal that allows us to do exactly what it says. Set the focal point. So we've got two different kinds of way of setting this, the grid and custom. Now grid will give you 9 regions that you can pick and choose to be the focal point. So if we choose this left hand side, you can see on the right hand side we've got the different aspect ratios, and we can see by scrolling exactly what we'll see on any of those aspect ratios. In this example, it works really well. We can set it over to this side, and you can see it looks terrible because we get these weird kind of positioning things, but that's pretty cool. But that's because we've got quite a big portion of our image selected. But what if you want to be really specific, like someone's face or a product or something? This is where the custom option really comes into play. By choosing that, we now get this little focal point dot, which we can move around. And as you see, as we move it around, all of our previews on the right hand side will update in real time. So say we're interested in the 9:16 for mobile, we can look at that and we can position this exactly as we want so we can see the perfect optimized image. Again, if we scroll up through, you can see how we can set all of these up. Then once we're happy, all we need to do is click the apply button. That will then set the X and Y coordinates for us, and we now know that when we're going to take a look at any of the different responsive modes, our image is going to look exactly as we want it to look. Pretty cool. Really, really easy. Now, you may be thinking, can I only use this for background images? The answer is no. If we come into this section above, for example, let's just switch back. We're coming to our contact section, and I've got this image on the right hand side. If we open this up, you can see I've just got an image inserted in there. So I can do exactly the same thing. I can come over into my content this time. There's my image, and you can see I've got the object position, so I can click to open the focus point up, and again I can do exactly the same thing. So I want to bring this over, so we've got this position when we look at the 16:9 and the 1:2 and so on. So we're looking at sort of portrait. So I've got the position exactly where I want, click apply, and that will now apply that across the board. As you can see, it's set the object position for us. Everything is now in place. Now, while this isn't a game changer, it is a great quality of life, nice to have. So if you're building websites working with lots of images, the ability to easily and visually set this up is a real nice thing to have. So well done, kudos to Maxim for actually including this in this new update. Now, if you want to learn more about working with Advanced Themer, you can check out these videos next. There's some great features inside there, and I'll take you through them.